Well, cheers, I do, buckaroos, and how the heck are you? I got home from work a little bit ago, got dinner started, and now my sauce is simmering, so I can take a little break. You'll notice those pictures before we started. I have one from Martin City. It's their Yes Way Jose lager, the can in the background there. It's the only way I can put it to get it in the shot. Can't figure out how to get it in there, man. 4.7, 26 IBUs. That's a lot of IBUs. They have the color listed here. Looks like a deep gold on the picture. Let me show you. It's almost an amber, but it doesn't say it's a Vienna style lager. This lager goes down like a Midwest sunset on a summer night. It begins with a welcoming bouquet of bright fruit, a touch of lime, as well as juicy orange. This Mexican lager is as crisp as it gets with flavor notes of fruit and herbs, tapering off to a finish that is smooth and satisfying. It's the perfect summer beer, whether you're kicking off a fiesta or looking to drink one more before a siesta. Say yes way Jose, drink up amigo. So bouquet of bright fruit, touch of lime, notes of orange, and the flavors of fruit and herbs. So let's see what she does. I tried to keep it simple for dinner. We picked up a can of, I don't typically use canned refried beans, but I want an easy dinner tonight. So I got a can of refried beans that we picked up at Trader Joe's. My hair is doing some wild stuff in it. Anyways, so I haven't pulled back at work, and then by the time I get off work, it all falls out, and I got this going on. Anyway, I digress. So I got the can. But I did make my homemade sauce. Gonna do bean burritos enchilada style is the plan. But I did have some good garlic that I sauteed out first, and I've got some shallot that I cut up to put in the burritos instead of onion. Got some nice shallot in there. You have to give it just a little crunch. And I blistered some jalapenos, man. And there was a couple other peppers. I'm not sure what they're called. My wife picked them up at the farmer's market Overland Park over the weekend. So let's get to the beer, huh? It's very herbal on the nose. I told you look for lime and orange. Got maybe a hint of each. Oh yeah. We're not kidding. That goes down. Yeah, you do feel a little bit of lime on the flavor as well. They said fruit and herbal and fruity. Yeah, sure, it is all of that. It is interesting. There's one you could almost like it doesn't feel like a Goza by any means, but it does feel like there's a pinch of salt in there. I'm gonna say, back in the old days, we'd squeeze a lime in a Tecate and put a little salt in there, and anyway, it's a flavor. It's bringing back some memories, man. Slight lime, a touch of orange, maybe. The aroma is very herbal. Again, they say orange, but I'm going to say on the aroma, I feel more orange blossom than orange. I had a great experience at their brewery in Martin City. I joined their beer club. Not a mug club, but a beer club. Didn't cost me anything to join. I just gave them my email. And for that, I got a 2-for-1 pint at the brewery. So that was awesome. I had two. One was $6, one was $5. The $5 one was free, and then there was also a separate coupon for 28 beers, or 24 beers, which is 4 6-packs, 24 beers for $28. So I basically got a case of craft beer for $28, and I picked up 4 different 6-packs. One of them being this superb Mexican lager. So as I let my sauce simmer for just a few more minutes, and I'll put the beans on to simmer. Yeah, I like to do a little thing to the beans, right? I'm using the canned beans, but I'm going to add some butter and a few other, things I like to do that I don't want to give away the secrets. But yeah, before I start the sauce, so again, I just a little bit of oil, and I blistered those peppers, and that will add a little flavor to my sauce as well. My wife doesn't like spicy. We tried one of these peppers when we were still in Overland Park. I cooked one for breakfast. I think my wife said the person she bought it from described it as somewhere between a bell and a jalapeno. When I blistered it and tasted it, I found it more somewhere between in Anaheim and a poblano. It had some light poblano notes. It's very mild, like an Anaheim. But either description, the reason I went with those two peppers is I didn't feel it had the bite of a jalapeno. I also didn't feel like it had that, I don't know how you describe that flavor of a bell pepper. You know, that I don't know. However you would, if you've ever eaten a bell pepper, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, yeah, so either way, it was very tasty though. But I would describe it more as somewhere between an Anaheim and a poblano. Because I had a very mild spice like a poblano, with the texture feeling a lot like an Anaheim. This is nice, actually. It's funny. I wish I'd have bought more of every beer I've tasted from them so far. You know, here's the thing that I think they probably do. My timer just went off there. Probably do make some out of the box stuff, and what I had was not necessarily that, but everything has been perfect. You know, their Hardway IPA is a little bit maltier than what most are doing on the market, but it was so incredibly put together and well balanced. The flavors popped. It was just done exquisitely well. I had a Belgian Abbey Ale while I was there, and that thing was just incredible, man. It was amazing. Yeah, it was one of the very best American craft versions of an Abbey Ale that I ever had. I just didn't do any videos from that brewery for a couple reasons. One was they were very crowded and it was loud, but that doesn't always stop me. But I just held back because I wanted to enjoy. I didn't want to detract from the ambiance and everything that was going on there. I wanted to enjoy the experience of the beer, the crowd. I wanted to talk to people, and sometimes doing videos and checking things in on social media detracts, and you lose some of that. So I've been really conscious lately about, you know, enjoying the experience and not getting caught up in the social media aspect. This is a damn fine beer, so there you go. Yeah, you know, again, it's gonna depend on what your tastes are, as always. But because I was doing the, you know, the pseudo Mexican food, the American Mex. I thought I'd pop this lager while I was still cooking. So I got my sauce simmering, which is about done. So I'm going to pull it off and start my beans. I am Tom the Beer Whisperer, beer evangelist, prolific beer drinker per Rivers demand. Biscuits all around good guy. Cheers, y'all. Whoo, that's good.